not a member of my own channel, so I can't read my own freaking live chat. You couldn't script it, could you? Anyway, I'm just going to bring on some music. So let's bring on good old Winamp. I've already got Miyogi with me. You're right there, Miyogi.
I'm very well, Captain Steve. Always a pleasure to spend some time with you, chewing the cud as we us veterans do.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you're here anyway. So hopefully people.
Well,
can
I'll read anything that comes up. So, all good at gaming. Dimash has just joined. So.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, cool. Well,
yeah. So.
I'll jump over to the old Discord cast so people can see you on screen. There we go. Kaboom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bringing up the freaking live chat inside the window.
Well, I'll tell you who's in. Old Explorer was the first one. Hi all. Okay. And it was myself with my usual thing. And then Power Yapper with hello Captain Steve and everyone. And then finally Good at Games said ahoy.
Oh, brilliant. I might have to become a member of my own channel for next week. That's just freaking weird. Okay, well, it's nice to see you anyway, Miyogi. Welcome. Cool. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a new format, so there might be technical hitches. There might be a few oddities, but there we are. And thank you very much for joining members out there in the member world. So, I've got some news. If I jump over to the old Twitterverse, to do with No Man's Sky. So, I'll bring that up first. So, reactions cam, pow. And over to Twitter. Cool. So for those that haven't got Sean Murray on the old Twitterverse or don't use Twitter, Sean Murray has been putting out a fair few tweets as of late. Some nice screenshots that he's been sharing. A lot of them sort of stir up the imagination a bit around a few bits and bobs. There's been a load of updates that have come out, patches and fixes, mainly for PlayStation VR 2. I mean, there's this one here. There's something going on the hill right over in the background over there. I think it's just things having trouble rendering in though. But yeah, lots of screenshots that he's been sharing out. But this is where things get interesting when it comes to screenshots. Not from Sean of the Murrays, but that Bomber Boy has shared out a couple of images of space stations that are quite new inside of the verse. Now, I know this is going to be a podcast type format, so some of these stations look freaking epic. So one of these stations that I'm looking at now looks a bit like the Triforce logo. You know, the actual ones that you key into the glyphs. It looks like that. It's a giant freaking pyramid made of pyramids, if you know what I mean. And then some of the other space stations, they look similar to sort of space stations from Elite Dangerous, but they're not. They're actually inside the game files. And that Bomber Boy has used a mod to sort of bring them into the verse. So it's pretty interesting stuff. I've got a video because that Bomber Boy has sent me loads of images. So here we go. He sent me over a link here. So here we go. And I'll pop on over. And yeah, there's a load of different sorts. I mean, look at that. It's got like a halo type ring around the base of that pyramid-y type one, which is really cool. There's lots of different sorts of stations in here. Like I say, I'll be putting out another video later this evening that features all of these, and I'm going to put them into a slideshow. There's a couple of video clips as well, so you get to see them in action, because some of all the lights blink and stuff on them. And yeah, it looks pretty darn cool. Yeah, they're really cool, Miyogi. I don't know whether you can see this right now, but they are pretty darn sweet. So what else have I got for you guys in the few
Just
events?
Up to date on your chat. Why the hell, Explorer? Why the hell would you want to have to join your own channel? Question mark.
Oh, mate, I don't. It's freaking YouTube for you, isn't it? It's blinking weird. Yeah, they do the strangest of things.
Yeah. Wolf Farquhar said, "Hi, Captain and chat peeps." And then drop links for me and for Good at Game, and Good at Game said Tar Wolfie. And I'll say hello Wolfie, and thank you very much for dropping the link. But it looks like the links aren't working as well, so
I've just seen one pop up. Tar Wolfie. Yeah, there must be something going on. I don't know what's going on, but one of the messages just popped up. I can see Good at Game now, so there we are. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, it's popping up there.
It's popping into life now. Yeah, nice one. Thank you, Miyogi, because I don't know whether I'm seeing all of them or what. It's a bit of a weird one. I'd hit refresh chat. Let's see what happens when I hit refresh. Nothing happens when I hit refresh chat. Okay, cool. So, next off is my community tab, and yeah, you can see here members get early access to quite a fair few things, including this stream that you're in right now. And I've been going a little bit mental when it comes to VR type content. However, I have got a cutting corners guide coming out soon for No Man's Sky beginners, So if you know anybody that's jumping into No Man's Sky and they're struggling to catch up with you or join you in game, that's a really good video for them to watch to get them up to speed super quick, using the you know, the changing of the game settings mode a little bit. Okay, we've got drums rock as well. Now at this point I was going to hand over to the community to see what sort of things are going on in the community. So you know what, Miyogi's got a few things going on, haven't you, Miyogi?
I have, Captain. I always have something going in the burner. So, firstly, this is a help to anybody. People who don't know me or do know me, they know I'm a natural helper. To 15,000 hours in No Man's Sky. Got it on every console, Switch, Xbox, the lot. And what the Helpers Party have done is we've set up new systems and we'd like to have people on board. So spread the word if you've got new players or old players and you want to join up with the Helpers Party. It is predominantly, the problem is, it's Captain, it's predominantly PSN. That's the way I was hoping when this flaming Discord came out that we would be able to have Discord channels with the Helpers Party, which we've got Helpers Party Discord, and basically involve the Xbox and the PC players, which we can't, because all you can do is you link it up. I don't know if anybody's tried it. With No Man's Sky, the Helpers Party's there. We found a couple of new things, new weird ships, new weird creatures, and also we have found a way of bending bases.
Sorry, bending
stretching
bases.
Them. Making things bigger, augmenting things so that the thing is. There's a video on my YouTube channel which shows you what Ronan has done, to be honest with you, because it's Ronan who's predominantly done it. So we've actually physically stretched, put aquarium stretched, and teleporter stretched, lengthways, horizontal ways, and it's the way. What it is, it's the way you place your base computer, and if you resize your base computer, which you can do. The effect affects all the actual things that you drop down, including the only thing it doesn't include is the mech, because the mech drops in.
Yeah.
But all the spacecrafts, exocrafts, the landing pads, everything you drop down in that base will go skew and will be a totally different base.
How the heck do you resize the base computer?
I'll
have to watch your video. I'll have to watch the video.
You'll have to watch the video. I have to watch the video, Captain, because I am not an expert on building bases, but the video, it doesn't explain, but come over to the Helpers Party and we'll show you it, to be honest with you, because it's very, very, very unusual and it's very fun, to be honest with you. So I'm not touting for my channel, but have a look at the one. It's Fun with Ronan Bases.
Are you also doing the egg giveaway during Easter, Miyogi?
Yes.
You are?
Yeah, right. I'm going to give we've not given them away, and I know, Captain, you have been very patient when we've given these giveaways, and you've been breeding the creatures, and you've done breeding creatures. The problem is there are so many creatures that are non-interactable and don't lay eggs, and some that do lay eggs that people haven't got and have actually lost some of them. I believe some people have lost eggs recently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rehash the whole thing and do custom pets for people. Cool. So if people want on the Miyogi channel a particular pet, if they drop me a link, I will create that pet for them, or I will provide that pet for them. I mean, I've had a few people. Some people want the Sentinel Walker. Other people have wanted the birds. Some people have wanted the one-eyed gigantic titan worm with the one-eyed, the hypnotic eye on the front of it. So it's all the unusual pets that you can't get. So
brilliant. Okay, well, I know a lot of people lost their expedition pets. You know, they've come in, they've lost all their pets, and some of them were the expedition ones. So I know that's been a bug, and I don't think I've seen it inside any of the patch lists yet. So I don't think Hello Games is on it fixing it. So it's good that you're giving away pet eggs. Cool. So again, just watch Miyogi's channel, and you'll be putting something out, I imagine, on the community tab when that's about to happen.
I will do, because I've got my PC up and running, and it's all fully configured with all the mods for the egg laying. So,
nice one.
So yeah, right. Do you want me to read some things, or are you
yeah, go for it. Yeah, read out a couple more while I'm getting stuff up.
Right. Good at game was. Good at game. Right, I'll go back. Gosh, they've dropped. They have been dropped while I've been waffling on. Hi, Ed. Wolfie says, "What's up, Dimash? I'm enjoying Valhalla at the moment." Wolfie's saying.
Yeah.
Though the Xbox controller is annoying after the PS5.
Right. Okay.
Good at games says, sorry, no stream this weekend. Being rough, laugh out loud. So obviously been on the he's been on the alcoholics.
Right.
Sorry, Dimash, if you haven't. Power Yapper says, I got good at game. I Old Explorer. I am Warfare. Dimash said, Dimash, you're fired. Old Explorer said. Good at games, laughed out loud to that. And Dr. Pong appeared, quietly sneaking in. Dr. Pong has just done. James MC's just joined us. Dr. Pong says at work again, still don't know anymore. James, and then a few retracted statements, and then Old Explorer says, I want a walker. Wearing a CaptainSteve hat, like he has.
Scottish Rod still wants his unicorn as well. So,
I can provide you with a walker, but not with a CaptainSteve hat on it.
I'm going to pop over and carry on doing some news for a bit now, Yogi. Go on.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So that's where we're up to. So James
cool,
MC said, "Hey, okay."
Right. So Nightingale news. I mean, Nightingale, so they put out this Reflections, February 2, 2023. I don't know whether you guys caught this or whether you're following it, but Nightingale is a game that I'm really excited for because it does procedural sort of creation. You put in these like tarot cards into a portal device and it creates you a world on the opposite side. And they put out one of these every other month or so. And some of these screenshots look freaking amazing. I mean, that I think is a statue because you can see all these vines going up it, this sort of griffin type lion thing, but it looks awesome. And some of these other statues have really spiked my interest. I mean, look at the size of this cartwheel. It's pretty darn cool. There's like a graveyard sort of image here or two with giant sort of statues inside of the graveyard. There's like bits and bobs that look like they're from some sort of Tesla type world, which I know we've got to try and get to. And some of the sky boxes have got these like awesome lightning storms going on, like they've been made inside of a Faraday cage and things. I can't wait to see this game, and the actual caves that are all rendered inside as well look brilliant. Now I might have to do a cup of tea with CaptainSteve video and go through this a bit more because of course this is like a podcast, so you can't actually see what I'm seeing on my screen at the moment unless you've got members access or unless you're watching this back later after the effect. But yeah, looks pretty cool. I'm still very excited for that. Another thing that I'm excited for is Starfield. Now, I did have comments given to me about Starfield, people saying, CaptainSteve, you can't compare it to No Man's Sky. It's a completely different game. And I kind of get that. I do, honestly. But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, well, how different is it going to be? I mean, yeah, it's not... The planets are procedurally generated, apart from the encampments that are on them that you fly down to. Then you can wander off and you can explore, but how much exploration you're going to be doing... Also, inside of the trailers, you actually see him scanning like creatures and sort of rock formations, and not only that, mining the rock formations. So there still is going to be resource gathering, there's going to be base building, there's going to be flying from planet to planet, but it's not seamless. There's going to be a loading screen in between those sort of segments. So I know it's going to be more story-based and more narrative-driven, but I'm hoping that the actual core mechanics of scanning stuff, exploring stuff, finding stuff is going to be fairly similar. I know it's got a better skill tree. You looking forward to that, Miyogi?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why I bought the Xbox Series S for it, to be honest with you. CaptainSteve, and I've got it on the PC, so I've got to decide on whether I'm going to go PC or whether I'm going to Xbox Series S. But I predominantly I thought I'm spending 250 quid on buying the Xbox Series S, so I've got a controllers which are like No Man's Sky, and I can play it on. But you see, I'm an all-time fan of Skyrim and Elder Scrolls and anything like that. To be honest with you, I mean, I've run quite a few guilds in Elder Scrolls and Skyrim and that sort of stuff. So, it's unbelievable looking game. As you say, it's a shame it's not procedurally generated. Not like Nightingale. And Nightingale looks stunning. So, but I don't know. Will it run on the Steam Deck? That's a question.
Yeah.
Will it?
Yeah, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? I mean,
because
you play Star Citizen, right?
Yeah, I play Star Citizen. Yeah.
Does that work on the Steam Deck?
Don't know, and I'm going to probably buy a Steam Deck on top of everything else I've got.
Yeah, because I'd imagine if Star Citizen runs on the Steam Deck, then Starfield would probably run on the Steam Deck. So maybe there's some benchmark tests. Maybe do some Google search or YouTube searches. Star Citizen on the Steam Deck. I've seen Cyberpunk on Steam Deck, and it's pretty smooth. So I don't see why not. That could be cool.
Yeah. Well, Old Explorers just said. Game says I'll settle for a war. I know. Amy Yogi, James MC said, I have an Xbox Series S. I will be playing it. This is Old Explorer. I, as a rule, do not seem to have a problem that others do with No Man's Sky. So that's thing. I think, as I said, each game in its cortex will have a specific sphere of thingy. Now, I believe that you could probably clarify this with Captain. The Starfield has got a 40-hour main quest and then 400 hours worth of side quests. Because I believe I read that.
Right, I haven't actually. I know that Todd Howard said it's got far more lines of text and interactions than any other game they've made, probably like Elder Scrolls and Skyrim put together. So we'll see, though. Because at the start you get to choose your background for your character. I'm wondering whether some of those story interactions will be limited to what you choose at the start. So, and is that going to be combined across all the different backstories with the stories that you're going to unlock, or is everybody going to have the same sort of story? It's a bit like when you play Cyberpunk, you can choose Street Kid, or you can choose the Corpo or whatever. Well, after the first hour, it doesn't matter. You're pretty much all just doing the same freaking thing. Is that going to be the same with this? I don't know. So it depends how they do it, is what I'm getting at, because it might just be one linear story, then you're not going to want to do the other playthroughs, maybe. I don't know.
It depends on whether they're going to do, as you said, linear or non-linear, and whether they basically have it as a kind of reactional to each of the texts and the things that you do. Factions, that's it, factions based. But if it's faction based, then it'll be different storylines. I mean, it's a bit like Harry Potter Legacy that I was playing. A lot of the things, by the way, a lot of the trophies are virtually unachievable. But I played it all the way through. I played about 45, 50 hours of it. But to get different stories, you have to go for Gryffindor, you have to go for Hufflepuff or Slytherin, and it gives you different stories to it. So it starts you off on different quests. So it's achievable. It's very, very achievable.
Well, we'll see what they do with Starfield. I mean, hopefully we're going to get that announcement sort of show that they're doing. I think it's in June or July, isn't it? Where they're going to be...
June the 16th.
That's it, June the 16th, yeah. So they're going to be on stage and hopefully deliver. I don't know how long it's going to be. They haven't really hinted at how long it's going to be. But yeah, they did one ages ago for their last game, didn't they? That really drummed up some interest. So we'll see. Fallout, one of the Fallout games, wasn't it?
Yeah. Fallout 76. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's like Marmite.
The people that do like it are almost like a cult following. So it's one of those, isn't it? I mean, I used to like a game called White Knight Chronicles, which had its own sort of like little mini click. Loads of people hated it. I loved it. So it is chalk and cheese, isn't it? Depends what you like. Yeah, interesting, and I can't wait to see that show. And then the actual launch is in September, around September 6th, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah. September 6th, yeah, September 6th.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got these dates to bounce off of you, so I know your mind works well for dates and things. Mine doesn't.
My mind's like a computer sometimes. To be honest with you, I picked up this facility with my things to do.
Yeah.
We're not having much on chat here. The last one was Old Explorer, which I read to you. So
well, it's limited to members only. So, and this is the first one that I've done.
Yes.
So hopefully they'll pick up a little. But to be fair, I thought it would be fairly quiet. But I'm doing this mainly because YouTube is now promoting podcasts, and this goes over onto YouTube Music. So hopefully it will start to pick up a bit of traction. And I don't think there's many gaming podcasts out there. So as long as I don't keep it too in the realms of No Man's Sky, keep it on sci-fi, fantasy games and geeky stuff, I think I can't go too far wrong. And also a little bit of plug-in for my own channel in the videos that are going up.
Good. A question I've got for you, Captain.
Sure.
Will you be buying or purchasing Space Engineer?
Space Engineer? Is that the one that I think I saw Beeble going live with that earlier. I haven't seen enough of it to know, to be honest.
It's on the PC and the Xbox, but it's coming to the PS5, PS4, PS5, and it's basically you build humongously, and I mean humongously big ships, humongously big bases, what it all entails, and you have a massive crew of people, and it's huge, to be honest with you. If you're into your building, then it's looking good, and it won't be expensive neither. So
okay, well, I have seen some videos of it, and you have to put your thrusters and things on different angles and have different switches for the thrusters, and it looks far more involved than No Man's Sky. It's almost like Kerbal Space Program meets No Man's Sky in a roundabout way with better graphics. I don't know. I don't know.
No, it depends on the price. Old Explorers just said Beeves did a stream of it today. Was not impressed.
Okay, I'll probably have to watch that back myself later and see what I think. But there is another game that I saw that looks a little bit like Star Citizen. It's a solo sort of player experience. It's something 2 at the end, and it's made by just one guy. It's got quite a lot of bugs in it, but it does look really interesting because it seems to try to do everything. So I might have to try and look for that. I know that's on PC as well, but it does seem a little bit... I don't know. Again, there's so many games that are just not quite there yet, you know?
No, and it's a standing achievement in Hello Games and No Man's Sky of how brilliant they developed it. And I mean, we all complain about the bugs. We all complain about the bugs. But really, as I said, what have we really got to complain about? It really is an absolute excellent game that's always been there, and it's always capable of doing us justice. And we don't have to spend a penny on it other than buy it. So
this is true. And to be honest, some of the bugs add to its charm in a roundabout way. As long as they're not game-breaking, mission-ending bugs. I mean, if they could just sort the multiplayer out, that'd be awesome. Some of the comical bugs I could stay in, to be honest. But it's one of those, isn't it? I would like to see them tidy things up, and they have been doing a great job of that. But what was you going to say?
Yeah, they will do. Old Explorer said, and I mean, but that as well, Beebs even stopped streaming early because he was not impressed. Laugh out loud. That's from Old Explorer.
I see his messages coming up now. There they are. I can see.
Oh, you got them coming up now.
That's so cool. Anyway, I'll jump back over because at this point I'm just going to be talking about some of the things that I'm going to be doing outside of the gaming world. A little bit of vloggy type stuff. So let's just jump back over there. So fairly soon, myself and Ivy are going to be traveling over to the Philippines, and hopefully we're going to be going to see her mum and dad over in Nova Ecija. And you see that horrible looking thing there? That's actually a duck fetus inside of an egg, and Ivy wants me to eat one of these things. So you peel the egg off, you put some salt and some vinegar on this duck fetus, then you eat it. Apparently it tastes really nice. It just looks freaking hideous. It's the thought of it for me. I think I'm going to end up gagging. But that could be fun. That could be a fun watch. There's lots of different street foods, and in the place that Ivy's family live, it looks amazing. So I can't wait to get out there and start sharing that with you. That's going to happen. We're flying out on the 10th of April. Get this, we don't arrive in the Philippines until 10 to 11 the following day on the 11th. And we set off at 5 from here in the UK the day previous. Wow. It's freaking insane. 20 odd hours on a plane. Yeah, I don't think my knees are going to thank me for it. But yeah, it's an adventure. And we've also got the No Man's Sky Meetup 2023. Are you coming, Miyogi?
I'm going to try my best. My feet took a month to do all the walking around I did, so I'm not used to it. So, but yeah, I'd love to come. To be honest with you, it was so much fun. I mean, one of the most fun nights. You cap off to you on how much you did and how much you achieved on that night. So, and it's fun. As I said, if anybody who's watching can come to it, I would highly recommend it, because you'll meet some really cool people. And I believe L-Play, so I checked the Discord, and L-Play might be coming.
Yeah, I think he is. He did respond, so yeah, he's going to be there this year, which is great.
Yeah.
So L-Plays was an awesome content creator back in the day. I really hope
he used to watch him.
Picks it back up at some stage, but I know he's very busy in real life. But yeah, it'd be a treat to meet him. MZK was there the first year. Yeah, he's moved on to other things now rather than No Man's Sky. But yeah, and Robot Boy was there again. He's moved on. I mean, Zane was there last year though, wasn't he? And Scottish Rod was there. Who else was there, content creator wise? There was yourself. Ricey. Ricey was there.
Ricey was there, yeah.
Golden Geck.
Assistant No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
Star Boy, Space Boy, who's
Procedural Traveller.
Oh yeah, Procedural Traveller. Yeah.
Starman. You're thinking of Starman, aren't you? In his Korvax outfit.
He came in with his Korvax outfit on. That was fun.
Dark Sombra. She was there as well. Yeah, there was so many awesome people there, and Nella Doodle. Yeah, so
Nella Doodle. Yeah.
Nella done the quiz. You had Kurt, the maker of the No Man's Sky Assistant app, doing the raffle and giving the raffle tickets out and making sure the raffle went well. While I just sort of mooched about, mingled, done a few photos, done video with Ivy. It was great. And you was done all the online element, didn't you? You looked after all the online crew.
We'll do an online element again. As I said, cool. I'm just going to see if Void's going and see if he can give me a lift again. So, because as I said.
I'm thinking this year, when it comes to gifts for Hello Games, like we gave them loads of stuff last year, I'm thinking things that we can fit through their letterbox. So, foldable T-shirts. Because I think that guy last year, we scared the living shite out of him, didn't we? So, things that we can put through the letterbox this year, I think. So, no giant picture frames.
Barbara Blaze, just to tell you the story. You've got to tell the story. But Barbara Blaze got a huge, gigantic photograph that we all signed.
She's got an observatory in her back garden, hasn't she? And she's done some beautiful pictures. Her and her husband.
Anyway,
amazing.
This picture came and it was 3 foot by about 2 foot. Ivy wasn't pleased when I got a little bit tipsy and forgot all about it. She had to cart it around.
Yeah, I was carrying shed loads of stuff. Ivy was carrying this big picture frame. We couldn't even get in the lift. Yeah, so fun times.
Oh, RJ Tablet's just come in, Captain Steve. So.
Oh, brilliant! Well, hello there, RJ Tablet. Welcome aboard. But I think we're getting quite close to ending off now, so I might as well have a look to see who I can raid, if there's anybody live at the moment in No Man's Sky. Let's have a quick butcher's No Man's Sky. Have you got anything else you want to say, though, Miyagi?
No, I mean, just as I said to people, hook me up on if you want a creature, hook me up on the Miyagi channel, and I will gladly create the creature for you, drop a particular creature for the egg giveaway. I'll try and do pre-orders this time, so I'm definitely going to do it on the Easter weekend, but I might do it the week before as well, to be honest with you, give people plenty of opportunities. So But no, I mean, again, as I said, the Helpers Party's there for everyone to join, but it's predominantly PSN. So if you're not PSN, it is a problem. I do apologise. So, well, what's that you're streaming?
Well, I was just having a look to see if anybody's live right now, and nobody is live right now, apart from Reforged. Well, I think Reforged Gaming's just ended, actually. I'm clicking his live icon, and it's not bringing up his video. So I thought he's just ended.
I'll just have a quick look for you, Captain. So.
I've just had a look. And there's a load of people that are streaming. I say a load. There's 3, but they're all French streamers. So I don't think it's really worth doing a raid at the moment. So well.
No.
It's not as busy as it used to be, is it?
Zoo Gaming's got 21. There's 3 waiting already. 21, which is in 2.5 hours' time. He's got a live playthrough of the Fractal gameplay 4.15, and that's about it. To be honest with you, CaptainSteve. So
Alexi X that says that he's live right now, but again, I'm not finding their live videos. If they are live, I can't. It shows the icon.
Jason Play's got another speed run at 7 o'clock.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, well that's still a little way away, but yeah, I can always chuck people over there, I suppose. But then again, I haven't got the actual live chat open, so it's hard for me to drop a link at the moment. So maybe doing a raid at the end isn't the best idea anyway.
No.
Go.
Well, all I can say is I hope other people just don't be frightened. Come on board if we're doing it. We'll do it again. Are we doing it again next? You're doing it again next Monday, Captain?
Yeah. I mean, somebody's just said Enra Silver is live right now, but I just went into the filters and I hit live. Look, there you go. It's on the screen right now.
I'll just have a look at Enra.
I can't see anybody with No Man's Sky in their title live. So if Enra Silver is live, it's not showing up on my screen.
Let me just click on it. Yeah, Enra Silver's live.
Oh, okay. Well, if somebody can drop his link inside of the live chat there, and we'll jump over and rearrange Enra Silver. Because at the moment, I'm just seeing it looks like somebody's freaking spammed out a load of lives that have got nothing to do with No Man's Sky, but for whatever reason, they're tagged as No Man's Sky. I'm seeing all sorts of weird stuff on my screen, which people can see right here. So, yeah, I tried. Yeah, stick somebody in, and we're jumping over and go see those. So anyway, people, later this evening I'll be putting live a video about these new space stations that have been found inside the game files. Now that Bomber Boy has managed to activate them using a mod. It wasn't a mod that brought them into the game, they're actually in the game files. He just used it to make them live in placement of the actual ones that are currently being seen. So it's like a reskin. We don't know whether there's going to be any interiors for them. But there we go. It looks like, thank you very much, Miyogi, and Warpy's just dropped a link there.
Warpy's yeah.
Nice one. Cool. Well, there you go, people. Jump on over.
Emporium, yeah.
Cool.
Well, Rice has just joined us.
Hello,
Rice has just joined the chat. So.
Cool. Well, I'm about to end off now. If people want to jump over and raid Enra Silver, just say CaptainSteve raid. That'd be much appreciated. I'll be putting this live for everybody to watch back in about an hour's time. Anyway, thanks for joining us for the first episode of this. I hope it went well.
Yeah, as I said, please, support CaptainSteve on this new endeavour of his, and come and join up and say hi. Nobody's going to buy you, so I only buy it after 12.
Cheers, Miyogi, and people watch out on Miyogi's channel because he's going to be doing the egg giveaways. Now, I'm going to be away in the Philippines in April. I have decided though I'm going to take my Alienware laptop with me that's got No Man's Sky on it. I'm going to take a joypad as well. So if anything does happen in No Man's Sky, at least I can fire it up and do some coverage. But then internet stuff out there just isn't the same. So we'll see what I can do. All right, take care all. Bye all.
Bye everyone.
Bye.